Straight out of the left coast of the coast in the east. Started off on the quest to find his favorite drink. We talk sports, comics, silver screen. Don't forget about the music, cause we loving the beats. A slice of life for the whole damn pie. We got it all. We know you feeling the vibe. From old Gen X to young Gen Z. Either way, we gon' drink. It's Son and Pops.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Son and Popsculture. I'm Son.
And I'm Pops.
And this is episode 114.
114. Gangsta lean. 114.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So, what do we do here?
What we do here at Son and Pops Culture is give you our take on movies, music, video games, comic books, literature, sports, and anime, and a little slice of life. Sometimes you get the whole pie. East and West, young and old, X and Z, Son and Pops. Where can the people find us at, buddy?
You can check us out on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok at Son and Pops Culture. There we have highlights of the show, full visual episodes up on YouTube, and we do other fun stuff like trivia and polls. But if you ever want us to talk about a certain something or just want to chat, hit us up because we love hearing from you guys.
True indeed. We love hearing from our listeners. Actually, shout out to my man Cody. He hit me up this week because he watched the episode we were talking about Goblin Slayer. So he was the one that recommended
his recommendation. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he thought it was pretty funny. He said your son didn't seem overly impressed. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man.
So I said he's a snob. It's okay. Yeah. But I guess we'll start where we always start, right?
Yeah, with this week's drink.
Yeah, this week's drink started as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink, but has since evolved or devolved into us drinking whatever we want. Because either way, we gonna drink. What do you have for the people today, buddy?
Today, I am so sober, prepping for that half marathon. But as soon as that's done, I'm cracking a cold one
Is
open.
Is that right?
But
Beer man.
yeah, I'm lighting. I said when I cross the finish line, I'm lighting up a cigar and
That'd be amazing.
cracking a drink. But today I just have for my drink a cup of coffee with some beans I got from the coffee place, one of my favorites that I go to. It's called Solid Coffee Roasters. I got their beans.
Right.
Did the rest.
Nice. That was good. Well, believe it or not, we're recording a day earlier and way earlier than normal. So I am drinking my coffee alternative, mud water. It's
mud water.
It's not quite a mushroom coffee,
Okay.
but it's turmeric and cinnamon and cordyceps and a few other things. Good for your gut, good for your joints, good for your mood. I just started drinking it this week instead of coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I can still drink coffee.
Do you make it yourself or is it like prepared?
No, it came. It's called mud water, and it's Snake Oil Salesman's on Instagram. But I kept seeing it, and I was like, I'll try it for a month and see how I feel. Mm-hmm. And I've definitely noticed less bloating with my gut. You know what I mean? And I still drink coffee, but I only drink one cup, and it's later on in the day. I start my day with this. Oh, it's Saturday, so all the rules are out the window on Saturday.
That's fair,
so I'm having it just now. But, it's pretty good. I mean, people talk about the taste, and people do things that make it taste different. I grew up in the 90s, bud. Drinking drill weed or protein shakes that tasted like ass. So, you know me. You had it, you drink it, all right, and I could just drink it. I'm like, it's not that bad.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it has cinnamon in it, so I'm like, I'll back it.
Yeah, you said cinnamon. I was like, oh, that's
yeah. So
doesn't sound
it's
like
not
mud water to me.
Yeah, I mean, mud water to me. I was watching review videos on it, and we're not sponsored people by any means, trust me. No. But I was watching reviews on it, and I could not find a review about the results. Everybody wanted to talk about the taste. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the taste. Just tell me, do you feel good afterwards? And people would drink and be like, oh, I'm like, seriously, Seriously. Like, I remember I made a green shake once for your cousin Courtney, and she was like, Matt, that tastes like grass. And I was like, does it? And I just like drank it. I was like, does it?
Those are bad, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. But yeah, so I got mud water. So, cheers,
Sounds
bud.
good. Cheers.
I mean,
And good for you.
so far, so good. Yeah.
Yeah, my coffee, I'm an oat milk guy,
Mm.
and put honey in it. Game
Oh,
changer.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. This has matcha in it. And
Nice.
I'll tell you what it tastes like. You could probably convince a little kid that this was hot chocolate. And they get halfway through it and be like, this isn't very sweet. And be like, yeah, it's okay, boy. It's all natural. But
you got me intrigued with it. Well, I'm
Yeah,
glad you enjoy it.
health benefits. I mean, I'm not that you care, but told your mom last week I was going to get healthy. And made some changes.
Yeah.
I made some changes, saw some immediate results. So yeah.
All it takes is making some new habits, breaking old ones.
Yeah. I cut my sugar intake and
Mm-hmm.
I cut my alcohol intake during the week, and yeah, it was just funny. But yeah, and for those of you out there who have sleep apnea, this is a public service announcement. Use your CPAP, people. It will change your life. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, because I really believe that that's the secret to like why I'm feeling better physically, because I actually consistently started using it, and now like
That's
I
good.
feel better. Yeah, but
Makes
anyways,
sense.
there's your slice of life, people. Use your CPAP. I don't care how stupid you feel. Yeah, my blood pressure dropped like 20 points in a month because I just started using my CPAP every day like I'm supposed to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, every night, that comedian said, every night I'm fighting death. That's the truth. So yeah, getting a lot of oxygen like you're supposed to. It sure does help your body a lot. But anyways, moving on. We want to start with the poll?
Moving on. Yeah. We have the poll, because every week I ask the followers on our Instagram a certain question, and then I share the results. Because we're recording at a different time this week, I'm not going to have the finalized results, but just to give you like an idea of what people are thinking, the Oscars are tomorrow. I think it's like the 96th Oscars, something crazy. But yeah, there's Sunday night, and because of that, I asked the question, and the Oscar goes for Best Picture. So basically, I put the top 4 front runners. There's 10 nominations, but for the options I put, that changed in like 2010. But I put the top 4 front runners, and let you pick. Not necessarily. In my mind, I was thinking this isn't necessarily what I want to win. This is what I think will win. Right now, as of this recording, we have in last place with 14% Conclave, and then tied with 29% Anora, The Brutalist, and Amelia Perez.
Wow, Amelia's getting some votes now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Just update. 38% is The Brutalist. So that changes.
Big jump. Yeah.
Yeah, but Amelia Perez is getting some results. That was just interesting. Personally, I voted for Conclave. I recently watched it, and it's such like an Oscar. I don't want to say Oscar bait, but it's just an Oscar coded movie. Just the subject matter, and we know the Academy. Most of them are old white men, so they will eat this up. And just compared to the other movies nominated, like Anora, which I love, and it's really good. But like, right now it's predicted to win. I just don't think they're gonna give it to him.
Anora?
It's a movie about a sex worker. You
did love that movie, though.
It was very good, and if it wins, like, whoa, good for them. But I think they're just gonna surprise us and not give it to them. And I don't think it's Amelia Perez. I think, Amelia Perez came out for whatever reason. It was getting hype, won a couple awards, and then the rest of America was like, what? And the steam has died down.
Yeah, for multiple reasons. I was reading an article today, and it said there's been a lot of controversy with a lot of the nominees. From like little stuff like the AI. Well, maybe that's not little for some people, but the AI generated accents and and Brutalist, and the tweets with the lady from Amelia Perez. It's just, and then Conclave.
Not just that for Amelia Perez, but what was with Conclave?
I'm thinking though, I don't know if Conclave had any.
Yeah, and like Andor, they didn't have a intimacy coordinator. And then you watch the movie, you're like, how didn't they have an intimacy coordinator?
I know. Just get after it.
Yeah.
Just get
after
after
if you don't know what that is, that's literally just a person to direct the actors for like sex scenes or like intimate scenes. And basically like, well, they direct them, but they also ask them, hey, are you okay with this?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's not funny, but
it's not funny, but yeah, they didn't have that.
Man, I went off the rails. We should have probably had an intimacy coordinator. Yeah, lawsuits coming out, baby.
But yeah, one interesting thing with the Brutalist, that AI voice stuff, we don't know like how massive it was for like the performance. But I was listening to like other podcasts and stuff, and one thing they brought to my attention is for things like Wicked and A Complete Unknown, with both have musical performances and stuff, they're using the sound designers and stuff are altering the voices ever so slightly. So it could be to the extent of the Brutalist stuff. Like
true.
Just because it had AI on it doesn't mean it's evil.
Yeah. True indeed. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't know the extent to like how extreme the altering was.
Yeah.
So
we shall see. It's going to be an interesting watch. I'll watch it tomorrow, especially because we won't be recording. That's probably just what I'll do. I was
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, see what's what. Award shows seem to be losing some of their luster. I think it's because I think it's for various reasons, multiple reasons.
Definitely.
But it's just I think not to sound like a crotchety old man, but I think social media affects a lot of that stuff, because imagine like we may have talked about this. Imagine back in the day when like you only saw celebrities on TV at like stuff like that.
Yeah. Or like late night shows and stuff.
Or like it was like a huge deal. Now I mean we see them with their flaws. We see them when they mess up. We see them when they're leaving the gym. So it used to seem a lot more glamorous back in the day than it is now.
And an event.
Yeah.
But
so now it's
like
just
you said, we see them all the time. So why is this special?
Yeah. And like I told you, when we went to California that first time and we saw the not the first time, we all went as a group and we saw like the theater.
Oh, the Chinese
we were on that crazy Hollywood tour.
Yeah.
That guy that was just he tried to kill us. But and you saw the
That's
theater,
your
like
typical LA driver.
Hey, but I will never forget that tour. That dude did a U-turn on the sidewalk. He was like, watch this. We were like, okay. But seeing it was cool, but it also kind of makes you go, oh, you know what I mean? Like, okay. It's not. It's still
smoke
cool.
And mirrors. It's cool, but it's like then you think, why is this cool?
Yeah, like
it's because they're telling me it's cool.
Because you're telling me it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I mean, I feel that same way in Vegas though too. To be honest, I think Vegas for me is very much like that's an M&M store right there. Like, why would I want to go to an M&M store anywhere? Let alone so Vegas. But so Hollywood, it's still cool, but some of the shine is definitely gone.
I agree.
But there are still cool Oscar moments, so we'll see. Maybe we'll have one. Maybe we won't. We'll see.
It's an interesting race this year.
Yeah, it is.
Moving on, we have a bunch of news.
News and rumors.
News and rumors, announcements.
RIPs and mysteries.
RIPs. You want to start with that? Yeah.
Well, this just happened. Apparently, a 2000s R&B singer, Angie Stone, died in a fatal car accident. It just came up on my Instagram. You're like, who's Angie Stone?
I'm just like, that's a sad way to go.
Yeah, she was an R&B singer, and sadly, I know she was good. I can't think of any of her songs right now. I know she has a adult child to D'Angelo, who was like,
wow,
the main dude when it came to neo soul. And I know she
Mhm.
showed up on a episode of a season of like Celebrity Fit Club in the early 2000s. Real bitter too. She was real mad. I don't know why, but that's sad because she had a voice. You know what I mean? She could
Yeah.
sing. So rest in peace, Angie Stone. What was her name? Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah.
Do
Buffy
you
the
remember?
Vampire Slayer
Yep.
of fame.
Gossip Girl.
Oh yeah. Euro
But
Trip. I saw
yeah,
that. She
yeah.
was
But
covered
you
in
know
that.
why? You know why I loved her? Harriet the Spy, baby.
Oh
My name's
really?
Harriet, and I'm a spy. I remember being like 20 watching that movie. She was a little kid. She had a tattoo on her foot, and then it was on her arm. And remember, she write it with marker, and she has to transpose it and never wash them up.
I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh, Harriet the Spy is like a
That's
great
funny.
kids movie.
Mhm.
I remember just watching it because I was like home, like I'm gonna watch this movie, and it was actually really entertaining. But she had some health issues. She was 39. She had just had a liver transplant.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, they found her. They found her in her apartment in New York.
That.
So, sad stuff.
Sad stuff.
Yeah, and
then
so R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Michelle
Trachtenberg. And lastly,
we have Gene Hackman.
R.I.P.s and mysteries.
A 95 Gene Hackman.
His 63-year-old wife.
Yeah.
And one of the family dogs.
And
were all found dead.
Unresponsive. I just read it. They
were found dead.
They were dead. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm just nobody because
okay. I get what you're saying.
Okay, I'm just saying. There's been a couple days. They said.
Well, yeah, they just found out. It's been like 9 days.
Yeah.
But they said no trace of like carbon monoxide,
which is what I said. I was like, oh, it must have been carbon monoxide.
That's what everyone was saying, but they said no, they tested negative. So they're still looking into it.
So, as we know, there is a subculture of white women in America that spend 95% of their TV viewing watching
podcasts, murder
podcasts, cold cases, SUV. Like they all. So your mama said, she looked at me and she went, well, obviously, she killed the dog, she killed him, then she killed herself. That's what happened. And I was like, okay, babe. She's like, that's what happened. I went, okay.
Like, I mean, but how? Poison?
But, well, apparently, new information's out that they found her and there was a open bottle of prescription drugs by her. And 2 of the dogs were still alive, which I didn't know there were 3 dogs. But
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, my source for the 3 dogs thing, though, that's your uncle. So I didn't fact check him. I didn't fact check him, but he said there were 3 dogs and only one of them was dead. So I'm the
dog might have ate some table food.
I don't know. Like he's like,
why would she poison just one dog?
He's like, what's wrong with the dog? And she's like, you gave the dog the chicken?
Yeah.
Oh. And he's like, what did you do to my chicken? I should not be joking. I guess.
I mean, it's an interesting case.
It's. I mean, yeah, because now it's been ruled suspicious. Yeah. At first, it was like no foul play. Now they're like, okay, suspicious.
Well, as soon as I saw like the 3 of them,
the dogs what got me. I was
like, what?
And I literally said carbon monoxide. I was like, what else could it be?
Yeah,
if it's not foul play, it's carbon monoxide. And now it's not carbon monoxide, which means
it's foul play.
It's like foul play to me.
It's like, man, this could have gone so much smoother. The dude was 95. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Nobody's was bad. I saw R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
You just thought he died.
Man.
Yeah, I just thought he died. Like, oh.
And it was like wife and dog. I was like, oh.
Well, I know.
Oh my God, you just snitched on yourself.
I know, like, woman. Like, hey, I'm sitting there with your Uncle Chet, and I was like, what was the last thing he was in? And I was like,
it's been like 20 years.
I said, Enemy of the State? And he was like, I hope not. He said, but that movie was good. Everybody hates on it. I was like, it was good. I was like, it was. I saw it with your mom in theaters in 98.
That's funny. No, his last movie was like 2004. It
was 2004, yeah. But still, I was like, 20 years since we seen Gene Hackman.
Yeah, you don't see that. Like, people just like, I'm retired.
And just, like he did it.
Don't come back.
Sean Connery did it, and I didn't realize that he'd been gone until he died. I was like, he hasn't filmed anything in like a decade. I was like, hell, Cameron Diaz retired for like 10 years and nobody. Gene Wilder's been gone. Been gone. Yeah.
He's dead now.
I'm saying, but he
But-
stopped filming.
Yeah, he did stop for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis retired for a long time to raise his kids. You know, Honey, I Shrunk the Kid guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
His wife had cancer.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Wow.
he did it in his prime.
He-
Like
yeah,
all
he
the
was
other
peak.
guys, like
They were old.
retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm taking care of my babies.
Mhm.
I respect. But yeah, so I mean, rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Maybe one day we'll know the answer to this mystery.
I know. There's a fan listening, like so upset. Like, I'm
know.
such a huge Gene Hackman
I
fan.
know. Hey,
You're making jokes.
Otisburg. He's like, what is Otisburg? From Superman?
Yeah.
When I love that part because Otis wrote it in. He wrote in Otisburg. Gene Hackman was like, Otisburg. Mr. Luthor. His Lex Luthor was my favorite Lex. He was my favorite. It's funny because I thought Gene Hackman was old back then.
Yeah, he's always looked old.
Always
even
looked
like
old. Yeah.
in his early stuff.
Yeah, it was like he just looked like an old dude.
Mhm.
So
There's a couple actors like that.
yeah, a couple actresses too. But
Like one of them, you have the guy that just got casted as Dumbledore.
yeah,
I feel like he's always looked old.
yeah, John Lithgow. Yeah.
Yeah.
He always has. He always has. I remember seeing him in Terms of Endearment when I was like 10 years old. Like that guy, he bald. It's because he was bald. That's why. But yeah, and he rocked it. He just never. Yeah, but well, I guess we'll just transition right into that. John Lithgow has been cast as Dumbledore in the new Harry Potter series. You're not a fan.
Yeah. Okay, after seeing Conclave, it reminded me, okay, he's good because he's in it.
He's real good.
He is really, he's really good.
Yeah.
Just some stuff, it's kind of off for me, but yeah, he's good. He's already old, so I'm not trying to be mean. Don't want another Dumbledore movies 1 and 2 have situation. He's in his 80s.
One today. Jeez.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying, bud. I know what you're saying.
But he's good.
He'll be like, oh. He'll be like, how to get 8 seasons out of this, bro?
Yeah, that's what they said too. Like,
yeah,
they're doing a season for every
year.
book.
Yeah.
I forget how long they said the first season's gonna be, but yeah, that's 8 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
And Dumbledore's active in those movies.
Yeah, in all of them.
In the books, I mean.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's good. Yeah.
It's gonna sound weird, but I feel like he could add a sinister undertone to Dumbledore if he wanted to. Like
yeah, that would be interesting.
I still preferred the first Dumbledore to the one they replaced him with in the Harry Potter books in the series. In the movies, I do. I mean, I like them both, but I still.
They matched the movies that they were in. Like, I couldn't see the first one fighting Voldemort and being the guy that Voldemort's like, ooh, I'm like scared of.
Good point.
But the second one,
good point,
that was in the darker movies.
Yeah,
and he gave off that presence, like, oh yeah, I'm the best wizard.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, because Order of the Phoenix, that fight scene is one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
It's the only time you see Voldemort show any fear at all.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh, fuck. I was like, yep. So yeah, I see your point. I do see your point.
But yeah, interesting. They announced that first.
Yeah.
People are so upset with that being a thing in the first place, the whole series. Oh, well, it's happening.
Yeah, because you figure the last Harry Potter book came out. How old were you?
Book or movie?
Book.
Book was 2007.
So movie was probably
2011.
Yeah, so we're already a decade removed.
But we talked about this before. It's like people still watch these movies. People still watch these every year.
They do.
It's not like, I don't know, it's like remaking Star Wars, pretty much, like remaking it.
10 years later?
Not doing a sequel, yeah.
Man, we're really flowing right now. Because you can flow right into Star Wars. Yeah, if you want it, jeez.
Oh, okay.
Man, we're both sober. This is like real organic. I don't know what's going on right now.
We're coherent.
Yeah.
It's the mud water.
It's the mud water. It's got me some quarter-step mushrooms. I'm sharp.
Microdosing.
Yeah. Drinking fungus.
So, with Star Wars, It was rumored this week that Kathleen Kennedy, head of Lucasfilms,
And the most successful producer of all time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, she
producer
is.
ever, or
Of all
I know
time.
woman producer.
Of all time. They're saying Kevin Feige starting to nip at her, but she's all time.
Okay, cool.
No,
No, I was saying
Yeah.
that's a Kevin Feige like franchise. You know, that's kind of
Yeah.
different. Good for her because she's done
Yeah.
other stuff besides.
That's
Star
what I'm
Wars.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, good
she's
for
Indiana
her.
Jones. She's
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah, Color
stuff.
Purple.
Mhm.
Like she's deep in it too. She's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, but go ahead.
So, you know, she's in charge of Lucasfilms, and it was rumored that she was retiring at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that's false.
And that rumor became a rumor.
Yeah, it was the people were like, Kathleen Kennedy's retiring, and then it was false.
Yeah.
Apparently, she said she has been in talks with Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, you know, the guys in charge of Disney.
Yeah.
With what a succession will look like.
Mm-hmm.
But she never said she's retiring.
Yeah, she has somebody in mind. They want to lock in like who she has in mind, but she didn't say she's retiring. But I think in they're going to announce like the succession or something like that.
Yeah, they said in a couple months or a year.
Yeah. But yeah, she's not. Meanwhile, people were like celebrating. Like
I know. I was seeing clips of like when they killed the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, like the Ewoks and like all the different planets.
But see, and that takes me back to, you know, I'm sure somebody will have something to say, but it takes me back to this. To, you know, if this was baseball, the Star Wars franchise would be a possible Hall of Famer, because the average on Star Wars movies ain't that high, baby. It just ain't.
No.
And they all hate on her like she came in and did something and ruined this and that. And I'm like, Star Wars movies as a whole are hit or miss, and it's just a love thing. If you love them, you'll watch them, because if you're sitting here acting like,
and people were saying this with George Lucas when the prequels came out.
Yeah, like, so it's just like,
I'm not saying she's like, don't put any blame on her.
Yeah.
But like to say she's the worst thing to come to it, I mean, I'd argue she kind of saved it.
I mean, she tried some things, and all her movies were successful, whether we liked them or not. Somehow they made billions of dollars. So it's always like, that's why I always say like Last Jedi is
and Rise of Skywalker
is like the most successful movie that everybody I talk to hates. It's so weird. I'm like, the movie made $1 billion, but no one seems to like it. I'm like, that's so strange. I'm like, it's so like.
And Rise of Skywalker.
And Rise of Skywalker, same. Even though, you know what happened to me last week at your uncle's? That motherfucker put on Last Jedi. You know, I haven't watched it since.
Let me guess, you're like, this ain't half bad.
So I know, I looked up and was like, and it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen this movie since it came out. And then I was like, yeah, this is nonsensical still. I was seriously, I like looked at it, was like, it was the scene when Luke showed up, and I was just like, yeah, it still feels exactly the same. Like, you should have just fought him. You like set us up to do the thing that you said you weren't going to do.
That was the whole movie.
I was like,
that was the whole movie.
I was like, you really thought you were getting your own franchise after this, Ryan, and you didn't, because of this. So, but whatever. I know one person that likes that movie, and he's your friend. So I'm always like,
I know a handful of people that like it, and I never argue with them. I'm like, you know, for me, it's a bad Star Wars movie, but I can't say it's a bad movie.
Well, that's the thing. It's not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I was like, when he first turned it on, Finn was talking to Rose, and she was saying how she saved him, and I was like, man, this movie ruined her career. I was like, yeah, she got so much backlash, and she was like a pivotal part of the whole movie. And the fans just being the fans, whatever you want to call Star Wars fans, they got a lot of shit with them. Like, ruin that girl. And I'm like, man, if you're a female in a Star Wars movie, watch out for the fans. And if you're a minority in a Star Wars movie, watch out for the fans. Yeah. And if you're both, God bless you. God bless you, because they're coming for you for something. For something. It don't matter what.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
You gotta be Princess Leia or Padme.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they want.
That's all.
Yeah. And a white dude with a roll-on lightsaber, and then they can relate to you. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But anyways, So yeah, she's eventually is going to step down, and she said this isn't even retirement. She's just talking about
Yeah,
moving on.
Lucasfilms.
Yeah, because there's probably still movies that she wants to make, and
I feel like she's only 60 too, if that.
she's not super old, but she's been
No.
in the game. I mean, she worked on A Color Purple, bud.
Yeah.
That's the 80s. That's crazy.
Oh, she's 71. Dang.
Oh wow, she takes care of herself.
She looks. Yeah, I was like, she got money, so.
Yeah.
Did not know she was in her 70s.
Yeah. Wow.
Dang, maybe this should be retirement. But
yeah, maybe it should, but
enjoy your
you can just sit there and make money by
grandkids,
saying,
so.
do this, don't do that. I mean, when do you stop? Do that.
That is greed.
I just made $100,000. Don't do that. You made another $100,000. Like, what do you do? So, yeah, 71. Wow. I told you I just had a revelation 2 nights ago in bed. Don't laugh. Don't laugh when I say this. But I just had a revelation that, you know, I've literally lived half my life in one century and the other half in another century. So by the time I died, the bulk of my life, God willing, I have a nice long life expectancy. I've spent most of my life in the 21st century, but I feel like I'm a 20th century kid. So I told Sergio that, and he was like, "It's kind of deep." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's like I've been thinking about it because come like 2050 when I'm like 75, and nobody talking about back at the turn of the century." I'll be like, "Boy, I was there. Let me tell you all about it." I'll be like, "They had DVDs and VHS and Star Wars." And Star Wars was cool. They'd be like, "Star Wars wasn't cool." I'll be like, "Star Wars was cool." But, yeah, the new trilogy. They'll be on episode 46 by then. But they still won't recast Luke. Like,
no.
Yeah.
Other news, we have a couple first looks.
Yes, we do.
Green Lantern, the show, and DC announced they're making a show inspired by True Detective. We got the cast of them, but they released a picture of Jon Stewart and
Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan, and they're just walking, but Hal Jordan has the ring on.
And not only does he have the ring on, he has the jacket on.
Oh yeah,
which is a Hal Jordan staple, that like bomber jacket.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I noticed first, and I went perfection because my man Ryan sent it to me, and I said, if there's a such thing as perfect casting, they just did it. I was like, because I was hype about the dude playing Jon Stewart. I was kind of on the fence about Coach. I don't even know Coach's real name. I just call him Coach in Friday Night Lights.
Chandler, isn't it Chandler something?
But then I saw him, and I said, if this motherfucker ain't Hal Jordan, oh my God. Because I know what version they're doing.
Kyle Chandler.
And I'm like, they're doing like Hal Jordan's Ben Green Lantern for a while. And he's showing John the ropes. And yeah. And
as soon as they said he was Hal Jordan, I was like, oh, he's going to be like seasoned.
Yeah. And also the best. He's when by the time, he's the best. So.
Dang, I never heard you talk about Hal Jordan like that.
Oh, low key, bud. I liked Green Lantern when I was a kid. Then he punched Batman. And
I
I
knew you liked Green Lantern.
I was a full grown man when he punched Batman. Yeah, I thought Green Lantern was cool. It was like one of those rando comics I pick up when I was a kid, like not consistently. I'd pick it up and try to figure out what was going on. But back then they wrote comics like everyone was your first one, so you'd be like, oh, okay, that's his girlfriend, that's his best friend, and first time I ever saw the word "damn it" in a comic book was in the Green Lantern book, and I was like, he said "damn it." But I was like amazed. But yeah, I like Green Lantern. And I actually, in the 90s was when they started the Emerald Dawn, which was like a retelling of his origin. You found out about Sinestro, how he had been a Green Lantern. It's always like Sinestro was a Green Lantern that went bad, but you actually get to see him as a Green Lantern.
Oh,
and he was the best. Because you got to figure the Green Lantern Corps people are like Interstellar Police, and they have the whole universe. They have sections, and I think how Jordan's section is 2814, and anyway, but Sinestro taught him, and so they started doing the whole idea of, okay, now here's Hal older, little gray in his temples, rethinking what it means to be a Green Lantern, and he went on this journey where he was just like walking across America, visiting different towns. using his ring as little as
Oh,
possible.
so is this what they're doing for the show, you think?
They may be. Or it's Mosaic, because then fast forward, one of the Guardians went crazy and started snatching towns that he had went through, places he had gone to with Hal Jordan, and made one planet out of it and called it the Mosaic. And Jon Stewart ended up being like the Green Lantern on that planet. That was a really cool book. It was called Green Lantern Mosaic. It didn't last long because it was well written. And it was nice. Seriously, it was well written. The art was weird, but it was a cool story. But so I
The picture looked nice.
Yeah, it looked really good. It definitely has like a mood to it. I don't think it's going to be like special effects heavy. It's going to be more, I think, like a procedural type thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to surprise people.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Me too.
I'm excited. I will say this though. I'm not nervous. Not yet, but DC made a number of announcements in regards to their future plans. And their future plans are starting to sound very different from their original plans. And I'm just...
What are their future plans?
Well, they are already saying like they have a 6-year plan. It's going to culminate with like an end game type situation. And that immediately made me go, I don't even want them comparing themselves to Marvel, because that's what fucked them the first time. You know, like their original thing was good movies come from good scripts. You know what I mean? And their whole thing was going to be like each movie is going to be a standalone movie, but there'll be little things for people who saw them all, but you don't have to see them all. Which I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how the original Marvel movies were before like people started leaning heavily into the things that connected everything. But I just they shelved a lot of stuff that James Gunn originally wanted to make.
I did see that.
And I don't know if that's per James Gunn or per somebody else being like, where's my fucking Batman? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because his slate was like Swamp Thing, Booster Gold, just stuff off the beaten path. Which we were like, that'll be cool. But you know, and I know that they want those marquee people. Where's my new Wonder Woman? Like, who's Batman? We still haven't gotten a Batman yet. We haven't gotten a Wonder Woman yet.
Yeah.
You know? So, and this whole keeping Pattinson separate from like the James Gunn DCU, that's official. He's over here as Batman.
That
Batman
makes sense, though.
It does, but I don't know. It doesn't.
Yes, it does, because
how are you going to have two Batmans? He would not fit. I agree with you. He would not fit, but how are you going to have two separate Batmans and the average fan be okay with that? They couldn't have a Flash TV show and a successful Flash movie.
They didn't have a successful movie for different reasons.
Well, just saying. They should have just casted the Gustafson dude.
No, they've been making shows and movies simultaneously for years.
With the same people?
No, with different people.
They have?
Yes. I can't.
What?
Don't ask me on the top of my head.
They didn't.
They've had.
They didn't.
They've had, not DC. I'm saying stuff in general. They've had shows, and I'm
listening.
It does not matter that they have two different Batmans, because you're gonna watch the trailer for Batman, whatever it is, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is not the Batman." If you have any brain cells, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is not the Batman that I just watched 2 years ago."
Mm-hmm.
So
and you think that will make you? So do you think people will still go see that Batman, or they'll want to see the Batman that they saw 2 years ago? That's what I'm saying. Are people going to want to go see two Batman?
Honestly, the money's gonna get drawn, like limited, but just depends.
Right.
Honestly, it just depends how good it is and how good the DCU is at that point.
Okay.
Like if you give us trash, yeah, Batman's not gonna do well.
Okay.
But if you give us Superman's great, and then Supergirl's great, and then you have Batman, the James Gunn Batman, people are gonna go see it.
Okay. You ain't go see Robert Pattinson?
Depending when each come out, they're not gonna give us a Batman movie the same year as the Batman, or even a year before or a year after. You're gonna have to space it out and plan it out.
Okay. Well, I hope they do.
And I knew they were never gonna have Robert Pattinson in the DCU, because what's his face made it. The director Matt Reeves made it very
Yeah.
clear he
He
didn't want
didn't
it
want him in it. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
and the Batman did so well, and people loved the Batman that they were gonna give him a Batman too. So they're in a corner to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
they're
a
gonna
problem.
still be in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know they said they're gonna give us a Batman movie. It's not gonna be till like 2030.
But they'll have to have Batman before that.
Yeah, he's gonna show up in other stuff.
How about that? How about being the Batman that doesn't get his own Batman movie because there's another Batman doing Batman movies?
Yeah, it
That'd
makes
be
sense for
shitty.
money.
It makes sense for money, but that'd be like so shitty. As Batman, you're the first Batman that's gonna like wait. Like I'm fucking Batman. No, you're kind of Batman.
You're still Batman.
You're
so,
still
like,
Batman, but you're
much
not
can you
like
complain?
Batman. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, we got to get Pattinson 2 more movies before he's done. And that's counting the second one.
I don't know. They might just do this one. I don't know what their
That would
conversations
be, in my opinion, for the DCU, that would be smart for
That
him
would
to get
be
this
smart
next
to be-
one and then be done.
Yeah, do a part 1, part 2,
And
and you're good
Yeah,
because
nice.
we need a Batman movie for our universe.
yeah.
I think that'll be
Because-
fine. But
Yeah.
I don't know what they're due. Especially because it's taking them 5 years to make it. And it's going to take
That's
them
right.
another 5
I
years
forgot about
to make the
that.
third one. And I don't see someone like Robert Pattinson wanting to do that.
No, I think he'll be done after this one. I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, even that, so they have their 6-year plan.
And what's his face? Penguin. Colin Farrell.
Yeah, they're not even
He's like,
sure
"This
he's
sucks."
going to come back if he wants to come back for a second season.
Second season. Oh, that's fair.
They're not
Yeah,
sure
he said it
because
was
he's like-
terrible.
Yeah, like he's getting
This
all
is
the
hard.
he's getting all the accolades. He just won a SAG, I
Mhm.
guess, last week.
He did,
So-
yeah.
But he's like, I have to do. That show was good though.
It was.
It's good. But yeah, I'd watch the season 2. But if he didn't come back, I wouldn't be mad. I mean,
Yeah, if they don't ever make it again, that's fine. They told the story they had to tell.
it was great.
Let me see Batman 2 and
Yeah.
see if we even need a Penguin too.
Yeah, see how it plays out.
Hmm.
Yeah, Iceberg Lounge is still a cool name for a club.
Oh yeah, it is.
Definitely. I think that's Greg Rucka. I think Greg Rucka came up with that. I could be wrong. I think in the comic books. Yeah. Could be wrong. Or it was I'll think of it. But it definitely originated in the comic books.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was Green Lantern first look.
First look.
And another first look we got was for the He-Man live action movie. It was just what I saw was just a picture of like a close up of He-Man holding the power sword.
Sword of Power. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that was it. I thought it was called the power sword.
I thought it was a Sword of Power, but
I
know,
thought it was a power sword.
I'm old, so I mean, I don't know. I remember things different, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call it the Sword of Power, but he first thing I noticed was his hand was big as hell.
Oh,
And he looks yoked. That kid looks like all big and swollen.
yeah. You've
what
seen
was
him
he in?
before. He was like in some streaming stuff before.
Man, yeah, he's on a nice cycle
He
of
was,
a few
yeah,
things.
definitely, because
Yeah,
he was like
Yeah.
scrawny.
yeah. I'm like,
Mhm.
you bulked up pretty big there, bro.
Yeah,
6,000
pretty
calories a
pretty
day,
bad, fast.
two injections a day, well, one a week. Whatever he's doing. Yeah, he's a big boy. But so this is what I noticed from the first look: the pink shirt, the blonde hair. Oh shit, yeah, he's Prince Adam. But I'd seen that picture before, and I thought, why is he walking around dressed like Adam? And then I was like, then I saw the picture that's the actual first look, and I'm like, wait, this movie's set like in the real world.
Wait, what? What first
Joyce,
look are you seeing?
In that first look picture with him in the pink shirt as Prince Adam, he's with a cop. He's handcuffed by a cop dressed as Prince Adam. So I think this movie may have something to do with like Earth.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
see
I
that
was like-
picture of him in the pink shirt.
Yeah, did you look it up?
I just looked it up.
Yeah, because I saw
And
it once.
it's a modern day button shirt.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait. First time I saw it, I thought, wow, he's really just walking around in a pink shirt like Prince Adam.
Yeah.
But then I saw the other picture. You see the cop, right? So he's like handcuffed by a cop.
Okay.
So I'm here to tell you, I'm a little concerned now about this movie because
you know the rest of the cast. Because
yeah,
you're like, so I'm confused, like, because we know Skeletor's in it, played by Jared Leto.
I know.
Idris
I know.
Elba is Duncan. Alison Brie is Evil Lynn, and Camila Mendes is Tila. So it's not like a fish out of water type story, which would be terrible anyway.
Well, are you sure? Because I mean, did they not? Maybe they come to Earth. Because in this picture right here, that cop has his hand on his shoulder, and I don't know, bud. I don't think that was just him walking down the street in the exact same outfit.
I'm not seeing this movie. Who's seeing this movie? Who asked for this He-Man movie?
Like, look, bud. So can you see it?
I see it.
You see the lady holding the sword next to him.
I can't
and
see.
And you see that's
over.
that's like New York City or something.
Move it over. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's filming in London.
I couldn't see it. Move it over.
Sorry. Here's one for you. Because it's filming in London, which I didn't know. Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I'm not seeing this. This is
it's filming in London. And I'm getting that vibe that Thor, remember when Thor landed on Earth and he was fish out of water, no hammer, walking around Oklahoma. I'm Thor. And they're just like, And here's Adam, not He-Man. It's going to be like Enchanted meets.
It's literally going to be Thor.
Oh.
Because he's going to be Adam until he gets the power sword.
Sword of power.
He's going to become He-Man.
Yep. Oh, my childhood. They were like, we want to make He-Man, but we don't want to spend the money on it.
It's the power sword.
Is it the power sword?
Yes, that's according to the wiki.
Bullshit. What's She-Ra's sword called?
Who?
His sister, She-Ra. She has a sword too.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I've had arguments that if I was the other person, I'd go, no one trusts Wiki, but I'll take your word for it.
The official wiki for He-Man? I'm not Wikipedia. It's the official wiki. You know, fandoms each have their wiki.
One half of the power sword. Wow, you're right, bud. All this time. I feel like
it makes sense. It flows better.
What?
Let me grab my sword of power. Let me grab my power sword.
I don't know.
No, it's quicker.
Okay. I think you should do a poll next week.
No. When people be like, what is this for? No, because that brings me back to my question. Who's going to see the He-Man movie?
I don't know.
Gen Z and Gen Alpha do not care about He-Man. Half of them don't even know what He-Man is. And Gen X, half of them like, that cartoon was for kids. So who's seeing a He-Man movie?
I don't know. They did the Netflix show that was good.
But nobody talked about that show. Was that
second season? No, second season they did. But they only gave five episodes.
I didn't hear anything outside of like, you know, the comic fans and stuff.
Well,
like in the mainstream, did not hear about that show.
Well, people were missing out, I guess. I don't know, bud. I don't know.
I don't know either.
This is the second attempt at making He-Man. First attempt was real bad. But it was the first movie I ever watched that had a post-credit scene. I will say that.
This movie would have got more buzz if it was Zac Efron as He-Man.
You think Zac Efron?
Yeah, it would have drawn some people.
I think it's a really weird cast. Even though it is like Jared Leto and Idris Elba, it's still a weird cast in my opinion.
It is.
I'm not like, oh, it's stacked. I'm just like, yeah, there's a lot of name actors, but
yeah, there's a lot of people.
I'm like, I feel like a lot of people like just trying to catch a check. Like Alison Brie is Evil Lynn. I'm like,
yes.
I'm like,
I want to ask him. So what drew you to the script?
Yeah, I mean, Idris Elba's like, I get onto a successful franchise, I just got to show up like 3 times and get nice checks. Jared Leto's probably like, same. I tried the Joker thing, didn't work out. You know, but a successful franchise to keep your lights on while you're trying to make other shit, I guess.
But
you know,
they don't make other stuff.
Well,
they just do the franchise.
Well, no, Idris Elba still makes other stuff. Jared
he's
Leto
not doing like critically. Usually, I'm thinking oh, I'm getting this franchise so I can get the big check, so I can take a pay cut to do this indie film that's gonna be really good.
Yeah, well, he's been in stuff. It's just nothing. He does nothing. Idris Elba does blows up. Nothing.
Because
He
it's
doesn't
not
get
good.
critical acclaim, and he doesn't blow up. He's just like makes shit that like
Mhm.
your mom or your grandma will watch, and they don't tell me about it, and I'm like, I'm not watching that.
Mhm.
So I watched that Other Side of the Mountain movie with him and Kate Winslet, and they had
Okay.
this much chemistry. Like it was
Oh,
so
not so
weird.
fast.
I
Yeah.
was like, wow, they have no
So
chemistry.
weird because they have chemistry with
Yeah,
in other
like-
movies.
Yeah, I was like, if this was her and Leo, it'd have been just like sweaty.
Mhm.
They'd have been like with those two strapped on a mountain. I like stuck there trying to survive and falling in love. I just didn't believe any of it. I was like, nope. Yep. But anyways,
So He-Man, I don't even know when it's
He-Man.
coming out.
I don't know either.
But
filming in London, fish out of water movie. They're not even saying that. That's gonna be the next thing we hear about. They're like, oh yeah,
I
by
know
the
the
way,
plot. It's
So
literally going to be Thor, but in
Yeah.
London.
yeah, we're gonna see 10 minutes of Eternia, and that's gonna be the
Yes.
whole budget. Yeah,
And then at the end, he's gonna become He-Man and fight Skeletor or some crap.
Yep.
I don't know.
I have the power. Jared Leto is Skeletor. What's that going to look like?
He's gonna have
Like,
some weird laugh.
Yeah, oh, it's gonna have a weird laugh. That's why I get the role. You're like, the only thing we
Yeah.
liked about your Joker was that laugh.
That laugh. He's like, really? I can do it again.
So like, it's time you gotta wear a skeleton makeup. And we're like, you think he's gonna
God,
swell up? How about
can't
if
stand him.
Jared shows up yoked? He'll be like, this dude, he ain't been right since he won an Oscar, dude. He has not been right since
Mhm.
then. He is just like comic book movie, cartoon movie. Like
Yeah,
he's just
you
like
don't-
he's just like
He's a
a
weird
mess.
dude.
He is. You figure he was the Joker? I forget that he was freaking Morbius. He was Morbius.
Oh wait, yeah.
yeah.
That was. He's good.
He-
He's on the come up. He was
Oh,
Morbius.
he was Morbius. Yes.
That's funny.
hmm
Good for him.
Yep. Now he's about to be Skeletor. His artsy friends are looking at him like, "You all right, cuz?" He's like, "What? I'm making artistic. Are you though?"
Yeah, he's gonna. I don't know what he's gonna do with Skeletor.
He's like, I was happier. This is like when McConaughey got stuck making rom-coms.
Mm.
He didn't realize it. He was like, wait a second.
Yeah, Jared Leto's stuck making memes.
Yep.
Memeable movies. Bad
Truth.
movies. Another movie coming out in December of next year, 2026. We got a teaser announcement for this movie. It is a beloved franchise by many. So it was a 30-second snippet just announcing the movie for Shrek 5. Yeah, I got a lot of buzz. Internet's talking about Shrek again. It's relevant.
for the right reasons.
And it's getting a lot of hate, yeah. People are talking about it, though.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I tried to, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, but I kept finding stuff that didn't look right. I was like, this looks fan-made. I did see the clip of
You just have to look up Shrek 5.
I did, and I kept getting all these like screen
It's on
culture ones.
Paramount.
But I didn't see it. I'm just telling you, I didn't see it.
I sometimes worry about you.
You worry about me? Hey,
and your media.
you think two Batmans is a good idea. So there's that. Let me see. Shrek 5.
So to simplify. I literally looked up Shrek 5. The first video I saw was Universal Pictures. Shrek 5 cast announcement.
Not mine, see? Oh, now it is. But like, look, Shrek 5, Slurp. What is Slurp?
I don't.
That's
your
Kino
that's
check.
recommended, and that's why I have to
Ray Cinema, like all
say-
this Royal trailer, all this crap. I'm like, no, these are real.
And that's why I have to tell you that's fake. Where'd you get this
but
from? And you're like,
you
I got it from Slush Puppy.
You didn't
And
have
I'm
to
like,
tell
what
me
is
this.
this?
You didn't have to tell me this time.
So when something's officially announced, you can't find it. Yeah, but it came out.
Yeah, it was real quick.
Yeah, it was literally just honestly good marketing. People are talking about Shrek again. It's not coming out for another year and a half. This wasn't a teaser. It was literally just a commercial. But yeah, good for them becoming relevant again.
Hey, I'm worried about their daughter.
You know, Zendaya's playing her. That was news to me. I was like, oh, did not know
I didn't
Zendaya
know
was
that.
attached.
Did not know that. That girl, man. She got to touch everything she does by telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's pretty big right now. But people are mad about this because of the designs. Because of the designs of the characters. They look different than the Shrek we know and love.
I mean, they do, but you know, modern technology.
See,
Cleaner.
people are saying that, and then the counter argument. There's two I'm seeing. They say Toy Story has looked the same from 1 to 4. It looks new. It looks high def, but the designs are the same. And then they also have pulled up stills because in Puss in Boots came out a couple years ago. There's a couple flashback sequences, like really quick, and it shows Shrek and Donkey, and they look like the Shrek and Donkey from the other movies. So like, okay, you made them look the same here. Why'd you change the designs for this?
Well, I saw side by side, and you can see a difference, but I didn't think it was drastic. You can see a difference when you look at it, but I'm not like, I don't know. It didn't bother me as much.
It didn't bother me like a crazy bit. But then I kept seeing like Shrek and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, he does look different. Like he looks Disneyfied.
Yeah, that I could see. He looks Disneyfied. But
even Fiona and Donkey. But I also saw videos of people being like, okay, let's fix Shrek. And all they did was make his eyes farther apart. And then he looked fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
fine, like passable. There's other
I'm
differences.
not going to say that the animation in Shrek was ever what I loved about it. Ever.
Yeah, that wasn't the selling point.
So I feel like, I don't know, if they cleaned it up, I think that
I'm not saying the animation's not cleaned up.
Like
the designs are like not what people, you know, you're changing this iconic character. And for what? Don't say Shrek's not iconic.
No, I think Shrek is. I think we talked about this a while back about Shrek being iconic, especially to your generation.
Yes.
Like I said, your beloved Wreck, you know, you and Seth were loving Shrek when you were kids. But I honestly I just don't think this change is as big as people are acting.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's way out of proportion.
Yeah, like he's still Shrek. Like you look at him and he's still Shrek.
It's not like they made him look. Nothing happened. It was a commercial. Yeah. People were up in arms and like, this has me worried for Shrek 5.
Yeah,
and they're like, who's this for? Like, even what they showed, they're like, I don't know what this is. I'm like, they didn't show us anything.
They show you anything.
It was just to keep hype.
And it's not like oh man, what was I going to say? There was something I was going to compare it to. I can't remember, but yeah, I think it's going to be fine. Oh, it's not like Sonic. Remember how bad Sonic looked?
Yeah. Everyone's saying bully them.
No, don't. I think leave. I think leave this Shrek the way it is. Personally, that's just my thoughts. I think I don't know. Like I looked at it and I could see a difference, but again, I wasn't like some like major difference. Like that's not my Shrek. I just was like, oh, okay, you know, like they didn't make him look like a leading man ogre. You know what I mean? He's still Shrek. You know, like
that would have been. He doesn't look like an ogre to me. Like
you don't think he's not ogreish enough?
Yeah, he's not like I'm like, oh, this Shrek's cute.
Oh no, Shrek might come take somebody's girl.
OG Shrek, I'm like, oh, he busted.
He just had that game.
Yeah, OG Shrek had game. This Shrek, I'm like, oh, he's.
Oh no, he's still busted. The biggest thing that they pulled off, honestly, I'm looking at it, I'm pausing it. The biggest thing they were able to pull off, and no, not even Donkey, is the fact that they didn't make the daughter look busted, but she still looks like an ogre.
Oh yeah, they did that too with Fiona. It seems like more human.
Yeah, like I'm looking at all three of them now, but I don't know what people are tripping about.
It's just because it's literally just because it's, you know, like Star Wars fans, like any fan. It's continuing something you love, and it's not what they expected.
Yeah. Well, I think they'll be okay as long as the story's tight. And there's a whole generation of kids that didn't grow up with Shrek. This will be their first Shrek.
Yeah,
That's
Shrek's definitely millennial and Gen Z.
So the question is, will you go?
Oh, I'm going day one.
Day one.
Good or bad?
Want to go see Shrek.
Yeah.
Support your man. Yeah, that's what's up.
If Gen Alpha, it depends what time I go. There'll be a whole bunch of iPad kids there with the millennial parents.
I was
I'm gonna go crazy in the theater, but
we were just at a restaurant yesterday and kids were running around and your mom was just like,
it's the worst.
I don't understand.
I don't either. It's so common.
Yeah, like sit your ass down. People are trying to eat. They are not here to be entertained by your child.
No, the parents drive me nuts,
no,
man.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was just at that softball game. It was an indoor facility, right? So it's 2 fields. It was a beautiful facility. I couldn't believe it. 2 softball fields.
Okay. And
there's a space in between. It's actually on a big ass like soccer field, but they made 2 softball fields. So you can play indoor softball. And there's a space in between for people. You can watch either game. Well, there was a group of girls playing volleyball with a softball, with a soccer ball. Just bonk, bonk, bonk. And it's like 3 or 4 girls, and this ball's flying around.
Okay.
And then, of course, the one hits it too hard. It's going to go on the field, I told you. And I'm like, yeah, somebody's parent should have been like, don't do that. Like,
don't play volleyball.
The ball's going to go on the field. And there's also people walking around watching the game. Don't play volleyball with the soccer ball in the middle of this thing. But for some reason, parents don't do that stuff now. They just let their kids go do dumb shit, and then something happens, and then somebody wants to yoke up their kid, and then they're like, you can't say anything to my kid. Well, you should have said it. Because it's just like weird. It's the weirdest thing. But, oh well.
That's not even the worst of it.
What's that? That's not even the worst?
That's not even, there's just other small situations that drive me nuts. Just seeing, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Pick your kid up. The kid can't walk. He's in my way. Like, it drives me nuts. Like,
yeah. Yep. It's life. It's weird. It's definitely weird.
This is really big news. Because it just happened this morning at the time of this recording, is we got some leaked pictures of concept art of Avengers Doomsday. And what you don't know what concept art is, it's basically just the filmmakers being like, this is what we have envisioned.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a couple photos. You have thoughts on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If they give us any of that, it's over for everybody. If they give us any of that.
Yeah.
Any of it.
We saw
any
Doom.
Of it.
We saw...
Did you notice the Doom was in the like whitish, grayish Doom?
Yeah.
That is the Doom from Secret Wars. Remember that picture I just sent you?
Yeah.
Did you read the whole thing? The whole...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanos, Doom. Doom's like, yeah.
That's how you would establish, he's a threat. If you bring Thanos from...
And he just murks him?
Yeah, and people are like, Thanos.
Yeah.
People are like,
you're right. Yeah, that's how you establish, like, yeah. It's like that. Yeah. He's like, you don't have, what did he say? You don't have an Infinity Gauntlet now. I won't need one. He was like, really?
And he kills him.
And he kills him,
there's that Doom. On his right hand side was Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's Hickman's Secret Wars.
Yeah,
that's Hickman's Secret Wars. There's only 2
in medieval times.
With. Yeah. Oh my gosh, but you understand
that looked hard. Even him on the throne.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, his name is Doom, baby.
Okay, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah. Ain't no way it's gonna be him.
No, he's gonna take off the mask. Because I can't see RDJ sitting in the throne
sitting there just straight gangster, looking terrifying, just looking at you. I can save the world if you just let me. Like, that's Doom's whole thing. Like, if you just
Yeah.
would let me, I could fix everything. And because every time he does, he does. That's the crazy thing about Doom in the comic. Every time Doom wins, things are better. Like,
Yeah.
they're always better. And then the heroes are like, but we're not free. He's like, what is freedom? You have everything you want. Just listen to what I say.
Mm.
It's like people are fed, nobody's sick, everybody has jobs. Just listen to me. And they're like, no, we should be allowed to choose, Doom. Doom's like, all right,
Sound like
then.
a commie.
It's crazy. I'm just saying. It's
Doom's
just
a communist.
It's just this thing. Well, Doom, yeah, he is, babe. He's a dictator.
He
He's
is.
he's like, do it my way, everything will be better. It's like, it's crazy. But yeah. When he was Iron Man for a second, and for those speculators out there in the comic book world, look up Invincible Iron Man, the 12-issue series where Doctor Doom became Iron Man. Might want to grab one of those. Just saying. Good investment right now.
That makes
But
sense.
he was a better Iron Man because he just was like, I don't care if these villains live or die. He was just like, I'm just gonna shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if they give us Hickman's Secret Wars, phew,
That's what it's
You saw-
looking like, and that's what people were thinking even when they announced it.
yeah,
We saw other stuff too with the Hulks. You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Looked like a
I don't
village
know,
of Hulks.
That looked like they were on Sakaar, maybe. What was the
I
Hulk?
didn't
She-Hulk?
know. And
It
his
was the
kid.
Hulk, She-Hulk, and Scar. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I heard they're recasting She-Hulk, right?
But in the
She said-
background, there's other green people.
were there other green people?
In the background.
And
And
then
that was
Wakanda.
interesting. Yeah. We
Yeah.
saw Black Panther, which
Yep.
looked straight up like the kid from Snowfall, so it's probably him.
Except, please.
It has to be him. It looked
Please.
it looked just
It
like
looked just
him.
like him. Like I saw it and I said, did they cast him?
Yeah, I thought that too. I was like, oh,
was like,
are they
did
announcing
cast
it?
him? Or they just hope for? They're like, look, motherfucker, we're going to just use you in the concept art. So
If they
sign the
don't
papers.
cast, you sue for using your likeness.
Yeah, he'll be like, I know.
That looks straight. That looked
They'll be
just
like-
like him.
They were like, you could make 1.2 million from suing us, or you could make like 10.6 from just being him. He was like, oh,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
just being
I'll
it
just-
at that point.
I'll just be him. I'll just be him.
Hmm. Yeah, but they didn't
Yeah.
announce it. Yeah, that's how I found
That's
out
it.
these were leaked because I was like, wait. They
Yeah.
didn't announce he was Black Panther, so he's
Yeah,
probably a variant Black Panther.
yeah.
We also saw Star-Lord with the Young Avengers. It seemed like they're at a
Yes,
bar.
yes, at a bar with Wong too. Did you see Wong?
Oh yeah,
Wong.
which is very fitting, I think, for those two characters to be
Yeah.
the ones babysitting.
Yes, I agree.
Mhm.
Wong's technically the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
And what I gathered or what I thought seeing these photos was that we're gonna get like an Infinity War type thing with different groups, different teams, all
Yeah.
doing something.
yeah. And then they all come together.
Hmm.
hmm I'm trying to find the whole picture right now. I apologize.
Yeah.
There it is. There are other green people in the background, like a lot.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
interesting.
That was kind of the Secret Wars though too, possibly. You didn't read that yet, did you?
No.
No. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, because it's a two-parter, right? The first one's going to be called Secret
It's
Wars,
Doomsday, then it's Secret Wars.
Doomsday, and then okay,
Hmm.
and that's what are they saying?
Next year, Doomsday comes out next summer.
Jesus.
That's what we're getting Fantastic Four, and then the next Marvel movie is Doomsday in May. So we're getting Fantastic Four in July. May is Doomsday.
Okay. And the Russos are back for that.
Yeah, they're doing both of them.
And RDJ is back for that. Wasn't there a rumor that the Russos got tapped to do something with the X-Men characters next?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I may have read that somewhere. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that concept art got me a little hype. A little hype next year.
It did give me
better-
hype. It was
They
cool.
better get to work though.
That's why I'm like they're making this. It's gonna be a huge budget.
Mhm.
They didn't even start filming.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, what are these labor laws that they're using?
I don't
Marvel
know, but
Entertainment.
I don't know.
You
I
have to
wish I had it.
shoot the movie, edit the movie. You have visual effects.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the effects is going to be what takes up all the time. But
Yeah, it's gonna be like 90% of the movie.
yeah, the
But even
shots.
still, it's not enough time in a year. That's not enough time.
Well, we technically have almost a year and a half, right?
Yeah, but I'm
But
just
still, that's rushed.
like, yeah,
That's rushed. Mm.
for good
Maybe they've
effects
been
and stuff.
Maybe they've secretly been filming it this whole time.
I hope so.
I mean, we just
Like, give me like I'm thinking of the filmmakers and quality of the movie.
As you figure, like, Abomination is running around. I'm just thinking
Oh,
all
it's
this
a
stuff.
mess. It's a mess.
Yeah, there's so many loose ends. Like, just seeing the Hulk and She-Hulk, I'm like, damn, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on in that picture, you know? Because Wong was in that. Remember, Wong popped up because he kept stealing.
Yeah.
He kept stealing
Sopranos.
Abomination to fight in the
That too.
in the fights. I was like, man, yeah, we shall see. And the Eternals are still out there somewhere. But anyways, we'll never see them again. But,
yeah, I think they're gonna like retcon some stuff, like Secret Invasion. That didn't happen.
You're like, didn't happen.
There's like others, just other stuff.
Some forgettable stuff, man. Mercy. Yeah. The trailer for Andor season 2 dropped.
Yes, it did.
And you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
And your thoughts?
I'm hyped. Andor 1 was great, really unexpected, and as long as they give me that again, a good political thriller, action thriller. It looks like it's gonna be more action too, based on the trailer. Yeah, I'm ready.
I agree. The only thing I didn't like was the song they picked for the trailer.
Oh, really? I thought it was interesting.
I was like, it reminded me they were trying to do like a James Gunn thing. That's
yeah,
what I felt like.
I was getting like Mission Impossible vibes.
Yeah, I was like the whole Revolution song or whatever it was playing. I was like, why wouldn't you do something more like a score? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the type of show it is.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
So I was like, this is a dope trailer, but this isn't what Andor is all about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, because they pulled off like the whole espionage thing. You know, I mean, we watched this dude working like a labor camp for how many episodes? Like, intrigued by what he was doing. Like, what's he doing? What are they making? Like, what's?
And he broke free.
Yeah,
and you're like hype.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's.
I'm here for Andor for sure. That's probably, is that the best Star Wars thing that's come out
ever?
No, in the last since streaming.
Streaming, yeah, easily.
Because I don't think
Sorry,
I've ever
Mandalorian
heard,
fans.
Yeah, I haven't heard one complaint about Andor.
The only thing with Andor is not enough people watch it.
True.
Even like
true.
Star Wars fans, I'm like, watch this show. Why didn't you watch the
really
show?
Good. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a Star Wars fan to watch it either.
No, you can just watch it. Like, this was good. Yeah. Did you hear the rumor? Well, not the rumor, but do you have any thoughts on the idea of Dave Filoni taking over for Kathleen Kennedy? Do you think that could be a possibility?
Yeah. No.
See, I was thinking no too, because he's more of a creator than a businessman.
He's not a business. Yeah, like you have to be a CEO, you know? Like, that mindset.
Because he'll want to do all the things, and they'll be like, "We can't do that." Like you have to say,
like on their calculator.
Yeah,
like, that is not adding up.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. I know you really want Ahsoka to use the Force to pull that thing from the side, but I can't do it. But it's a pivotal part. But like,
yeah, he's just like if you want to make up a position for him to be in charge of the creative, like, this is our plan. Oh yeah, cool, go ahead. Because like Kathleen Kennedy's not just in charge of Star Wars; she's in charge of Lucasfilms. So she has the stamp of approval for everything, as opposed to James Gunn, who's in charge of DCU or DC Studios. He's not in charge of
not Warner Brothers,
or like DC, comics, game, like that whole thing. Yeah. He's just in charge of the films. It's very different.
True. No, you're right.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be him. It's just gonna be some guy we don't know.
Yeah, it'll be
but has
a
worked on
businessman.
like yeah,
on
has-
everything.
mhm.
Yeah. I mean, because I think Filoni and Kennedy have butted heads before in the past because he's a creator and she's the producer, and
It happens.
Yeah. They're the ones that say this movie's too long. You need to cut 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Today. So yeah. But yeah.
Very true.
True indeed. True indeed.
You have any other news?
News wise, I discovered Whatnot. I don't know if that's news or not.
That's slice of life, but
Is that slice of life? Then no,
Yeah.
I'm all out of the news. What about you?
me too.
Yeah.
But we do have reviews.
We do?
Yeah, show wrapped up last week, but I finally
yes,
finished it.
did. Yes, it did. Waiting on you.
So
Okay.
it was, Marvel was your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the Disney Plus show. It was 10 episodes, finished last week, and I finally finished it.
And?
What'd you think?
Me?
Yeah, what'd you think?
I liked it. I'm like, I loved it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked you watched it, and I talked about Nico last week, right?
Yeah,
That was
Theories and
honestly one of the
stuff.
most significant moments for me when I realized who Nico was. But then by the end of it, she conjured her mother with that amulet and everything. Was like, Mom, I missed you, and I was like, oh. But I liked the little time paradox they did with the spider that bit him.
Me too.
I was like,
that
oh, little twist.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
I
as soon
like
as
that.
Doctor Strange was like, I haven't been there.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Did not see that coming.
Because when they showed the spider get injected earlier, I was like, isn't that a spider that bit him? I was like, and then I was like, oh, wow, little time paradox. I thought that was cool.
That was cool. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed like this whole variant Spider-Man story that they gave us. You said it wasn't must-see TV for you, but I look forward to it every Wednesday.
Yeah, I did say that, but by the last 2 episodes, I thought I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, it turned the corner.
Just to see what they do, because you had like the Tombstone stuff.
Yeah,
and like him and Spider-Man are cool, but like he's still doing the whole 10th Street thing now.
Yeah,
he's
like he likes being that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting how they didn't have him just turn bone white. It's going to be gradual.
Yeah, I like that
cool.
With the fingertips.
That's cool. Yeah, it was. I was like, so by the time season 2 comes around, it'll be like a thing. But like, I was like, yeah, I like that. I liked it.
I liked it too. And I liked the choreography for the fight with Scorpion.
Yeah, he said he didn't know. He told me he didn't know how to fight. He told Spider-Man he didn't know how to fight. He didn't know. He doesn't know how to fight. He's Spider-Man.
No, the second fight. I mean.
Oh, the second fight.
With him and
with Lonnie and Tombstone and Spider-Man. Yeah, that was good.
I thought it was like he was doing Spider-Man stuff. Like the way he was moving. I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed that.
I mean, it was good. He was a good Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was a good Spider-Man. There's moments too that make me laugh.
Yeah.
He's good in that regard.
There are so many Easter eggs in it that I'm just like, wow, like are characters that are going to be somebody later. They just weren't in this first episode, so that was pretty cool.
First season.
How about her going to see his dad in jail?
Oh yeah, that was
like,
that was a surprise.
Yeah, it was a big surprise. I was like,
at first I was like, is this Uncle Ben? Like before they turned him, I was like, she's seen Uncle Ben.
Yeah, I'd be like, that would have been crazy.
That would have been like, wild.
Wait, what? Because it was, Ben's not here. I'd have been
because they never really said he
died. Yeah,
he was just cleaning out his closet and stuff.
Yeah,
but it was his dad, which is still interesting.
Which is still crazy. Tell me about my boy. Is that what he said, or my son? Whatever he said.
Tell me about my boy.
I said, what is happening? Did you see the one episode when a chameleon showed up for like 30 seconds? When that was who told those people how to find the guy with the white mask.
Oh, that was him.
And that was the chameleon, yeah. And I was like, well, what's he going to do? Then he never came back. I was like,
he was in it. We even saw Daredevil throughout the season.
Yeah,
which was cool.
Which is a cool
dynamic.
Daredevil.
He was voiced by Charlie Cox.
That's who said you don't know how to fight. Yeah, that was
Yeah, because
Matthew
I
Cox,
was
yeah.
listening. I was like, "Is this Charlie Cox?"
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
was. I was like, "Oh, okay, sick.
yeah, yep.
Good for him." Yeah, he did say he
So,
doesn't know how to fight.
yeah, I
That
was like,
was
yeah, he
funny.
doesn't. He just does Spider-Man
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, and he beat him.
He's like, he don't know how to fight. I was like, that's funny. But I really liked it. I really liked
It
it.
was a
When I get
fun
off,
show.
yeah, it was nice. It
Mhm.
wasn't real heavy. Yeah, I enjoyed it. When I get off, when we get done recording, I'm going to watch the next episode of Invincible.
Oh, I watched that.
So you're current, or wait, the new drop from yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you
current.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It
haven't
was,
watched those
it
ones yet.
was good.
Yeah.
Solid.
Was it just one?
It was just one.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it when I get off here. But yeah, I was happy with Spider-Man. Want to catch up on Invincible. Watch the
And
new
Paul's
episode.
in the latest episode of Invincible.
Oh God, as who?
He's a voice. I'm not gonna tell. He's just a voice of a character. You can tell
Really?
that
Aaron
is him.
Paul.
He's good at it.
Bitch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's cool. That'll give me something to look forward to. Yeah, your mother and I are still watching Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
Watched episode 4 yesterday. It was good, but it was good like when I say like Face Off is good, or if I say like
Okay.
you know what I mean,
Low
like
stakes
yeah, like there's good, then there's like, oh, this is
entertainment.
good, like
Yeah.
yeah. I'll tell people to watch Reacher, but I don't mean it like it's going to change your life. It's just entertaining. It's just like yeah, you'll be entertained and you'll be like, that motherfucker, he took his shirt off again, and I said, this dude is so big that it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but the reaction that women have when he takes his shirt off, I think it's real. Like I'm like, it's like
Probably.
he takes his shirt off and they're just like, their face is just like Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he's huge, but
I know.
I'm like,
pictures.
I'm like, this dude. I'm like, don't get a pump, please don't. Like it's like God, dang, you're big. So it just makes me laugh because they like I said, every episode you go catch that
That's
dude
what sells.
with no shirt and his little like skivvies,
Mm-hmm.
looking like all disinterested. I'm like, dude, your TRT levels are so high right now. It's just crazy. His skin's all stretched, but
Yeah.
it's all good. Show's entertaining though.
Hey, he's doing his job.
Yeah, he's bonding with this kid on the new episode, and the kid's all scrawny and can't fight, and it's just a funny episode because he's just like, you know, what did he say? He's like, well, what if like I'm not the smallest guy to fight? And he's like, oh yeah, you'll always be the smallest guy to fight. It was just funny. I was like, that's so fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But the kid's just scrawny. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's funny. But yeah. So yeah, Reacher's been entertaining. Watch the Severance. Severance is still good. It's still a mind fuck, but it's good. You know,
I'm gonna start that this month.
you'll like it.
Yeah,
You probably will.
I know it's my type of show.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I just didn't start it.
Hey, shout out to my man Anthony Conrad. He started rewatching Lost.
Oh,
So people rewatching Lost is like the shit because
now
like,
it's the perfect time. I told you to watch it because it's a beach show. You're on the beach. It gets you ready for summer.
Yeah, he's loving it. He's like season 3 already.
Show.
Yeah,
It's such a.
I'm glad it's aged so well. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah,
He's 21 years old.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's as old as Day. Yeah, it's as old as Deja.
Yeah, sister. Yeah, that's crazy.
And it holds up, and it still looks good, minus the special effects. It still looks
like
good because it was shot on film, so it hasn't aged.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost. That was my shit. It's still on my top 3 list. You know that.
Top 5 for me, but it's 5. It's 5 for me.
It is 5. It's number 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Okay, I ain't mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I'll give you an update on One Piece. It still ain't back. It'll be back in April.
It ain't coming back.
Yeah, don't play. Don't play.
That was the joke all along.
Don't play.
He's pulling a George R. Martin Oda.
I told your mom,
he's getting ready to...
don't play. No, the manga's back. The anime just ain't back. Don't play. I told your mom. I told Simony Cricket and them. I said straight up. There's like this running meme like, what if? I'm like, if that dude said, I'm done. I left the ending somewhere. You gotta find it. I'd be like, what? I'd be like,
Oh
hey, I'm
gosh.
taking at least 2 weeks a year, and don't if it looks like somebody's getting close, I might have to take another day. I mean, for real.
That's funny.
I would, but oh my god, I'd be one of them crazy people. They'd be like, he's a treasure hunter. I'd be like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, the clues are. I'd have Anthony. We find it in the week.
Pike Street Pirates.
Yeah. I'd have my straw hat.
Yeah, I'm the Pike Street Pirates.
I'd commit too. They'd be like, you don't even brush your teeth. I'd be like, pirates had scurvy. Pirates had bad teeth. I'm not gonna comb my hair, brush my teeth ever again. Pickles and eggs. But anyways, I mean, but when your uncle, I think I told you this, me and your uncle were watching Black Flags.
Mm-hmm.
Your uncle was trying to get me to know Black Sails. He tried to get me to watch Black Sails about as many times.
Yeah.
Yes. As many times I've tried to get him to watch anime, he's trying to get me to watch this show. Yes. It's not bad. I just watch it and I forget when I come home. So we're watching it though, and I said they really were the rock stars of their time. And I said they had chlamydia, lice, and scurvy. I was like, they were just nasty human beings.
Drinking.
They had scurvy from lack of vitamin C. You know, they had nasty STDs and they had lice. I was like, they were just dirty humans. I was like, but they were rock stars back then.
They were free.
They were free. Life expectancy 32.
On the ocean.
He lived to be 32. Yeah. He was
like, man, he must have been a coward.
He was I know. He had scars on his back. Like, what? I read that. I was like, oh, if a swordsman has scars on his back, that means he ran from a fight. I'm like, should have ran faster. I'm
like, man, you really waited the last second to run.
Yeah. Change your mind. Yeah, the been gone. Yeah. But when I was talking to Sergio about age, he said, Matt.
Did he say AIDS?
Age about living to be, into the 21st century.
Okay.
And he even said, though, think about it. He's like, life expectancy has only been this high for the last 100 and some years. And I was like, he said, in all of human history. And I was like, Sergi, stop. You're right. I was like, in all of human history, this is the longest human beings have ever lived.
Yeah.
Just like right now. Like, I'm like, yeah. So, like, if you were a 32-year-old fucking pirate, you were the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I told your mom this yesterday about the age thing, and I said, think about it, babe. I was like, you'd be wise old Aunt Tracy right now. I was like, if this was 100 years ago, you'd be the wisest woman in town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's crazy. But anyways, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, look up the average age for the founding fathers.
I know.
It's like 40.
You're like, what? You try to tell me what to do? You wouldn't even be president now. You didn't be president. Like, get your young ass out of here.
44 was the average age.
Yeah. Jeez. It's nuts.
Benjamin Franklin was 70, so he kind of he skewed the
he messed the whole thing up.
Yeah. But even then, 70, man.
Yeah, being 70 then, they probably were like, that dude knew Jesus. They were like, what? Like, I'm telling you, he knew him. Mm-hmm. He was Jesus. Jesus was his apprentice. He was Jesus was his apprentice. Man. Yeah, but, I mean, you figure our bodies start breaking down in 40, so it's up. But, oh, man, it's crazy. Yeah, 44.
Yeah, I just looked it up, yeah.
44? How old was fucking George Washington? He was the fucking president. That's crazy.
No, he was old. No, he wasn't a founding father.
He lived. He wasn't? No, I'm afraid he wasn't. You're right.
He was older, though, when he was a president.
Oh, my goodness.
He's probably like 52.
52, yeah.
But yeah, 44-year-olds making the laws we still follow.
Imagine that.
He was 57, George Washington, when he was president. Yeah.
Okay. So he lived long,
buck.
too. Old buck.
Yeah.
Cannot tell a lie.
That was Abe Lincoln, I thought.
Wait, I thought, I cut down my mom's cherry tree. Wasn't that him?
Oh, I don't know. Cut
down his father's favorite cherry tree?
Myths.
Yeah, that's just not true. Myth is just not true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's all I have, though.
Yeah, that's all I have too, bud. So I guess until next time, he's Son,
And he's Pops.
and thank you for listening. We'll talk to you when we walk to you.
We gon' drink. It's Son and Pops.